Do you really think you're going to have stability keeping MK out of this election in KZN? This is the one that will cause this country, they don't admit it, but they've sent so many cops to KZN already. Forgetting that trying to keep MK in tune, in line, but they don't understand MK is just as big in Gauteng. If you send net joints, if you send all the public order police to KZN, violence can break out anywhere. I'm saying investors must just leave this obsession to want to marry, this forced marriage. They should just let the will of the people in KZN is MK. Now you want 11% DA to have a possibility of putting a premier candidate there. That's not going to work. So somebody, and I've decided to be that somebody needs to tell business to sit back and stop meddling and stop having forced marriages, because this will take us. And it's fine if you guys don't hit my call, but I'm saying to you, this is not EFF we're talking about here. This is MK. These are angry people that gave up their whole lives to be for a better South Africa, and none of them, or most of them, has not reached that level of better South Africa. They are angry, they are well trained, they have nothing to lose because they have nothing. And this is the second chance to get into leaving something for the children one day, or getting a proper job, or getting representation. So I'm just warning everybody of the business community, guys, sometimes you need to hear things you don't want to hear. But what you are doing, forcing the ANC and DA together, is going to have dire consequences for all of us. Sit back. A guy like me, I go in with the EFF ANC, I will never. If property rights is your problem, that's also my thing. I think if you don't have property rights, you don't have a country. So Tim Cohen wrote the best article, according to me, where he said that, guys, you have Gayton McKenzie, that there's also for property rights. I believe in property rights. I'm not going to vote for something I don't believe in. And the business is putting us in a very dangerous situation in South Africa. That's my take on it.
Yeah, Gayton, I'm not sure that everybody would agree with you, because it's quite simple. If the Rand falls out of bed, and any government with an EFF in it will fall out of bed, that you can underwrite. That means that we're already paying 20% of our taxes in interest. The interest bill in this country will skyrocket. We start paying 40% of our taxes in interest, or something according to that. There's no money left to run the country. So I guess it's complex. There's wheels within wheels. But the point that you're making about KwaZulu-Natal is very well made indeed. Just a question on that. We know that MK has been incredibly well funded. We also know that Vladimir Putin's face appears on their regalia right next door to Jacob Zuma. When you say that it's the people of KZN who are voting for this, have they not been influenced in some way? We know vote purchasing in South Africa is an art that has been practiced for a long, long time.
Election. The DA not be well funded. No party has been as well funded as the DA. So they should have just put Oppenheimer's face next to that. They should just have put Rupert's face, or everybody else that funded the DA, Mushal, Martin, or anybody that has given them money. Let me tell you something. There's this obsession with Putin to put him in this election. I can tell you that Putin had really nothing to do with funding MK. If Putin has funded MK, MK would have won 100% of the vote. I can tell you firstly that. Secondly, when I came to a more serious point, you see, that's the problem. You put the rent before the people of South Africa. That's the first problem. You see, the rent of South Africa is well known to be a political player. You talk about what the rent will do if EFF comes into power. I don't like EFF, but the fact remains, EFF's got 39 seats, if I'm not mistaken. They got 39 seats, so they got representation. That should be respected. I should respect. The rent should respect. So are we saying that We vote to keep the rand happy. That's number one. Number two, let me tell you something about the rand. When you look at the possibility of what might go wrong, it will be Armageddon. The rand will do nothing to stop that. I'm saying the rand should find its niche. Business should just find a niche in thing. The rand survived apartheid. The rand survived the National Party. How can he not survive EFF? People, I'm saying to you, Alec, and I want to say it here on your show. The only reason why there's nothing happening in this country at this moment regarding violence is because Jacob Zuma said, be disciplined. When are you guys, and I'm including you in that, when are you guys going to understand that Jacob Zuma is the most well-loved man in this country? I told you at your conference. That's what I like about you. Let me speak these things at your conference. I told you Zuma is the most well-loved man, more than Mandela. People love Zuma more than Mandela. And guys, I know why people say there, and they think, how did he make it? How stupid can people be to vote for him? When Zuma walked in there by the IC, by the Rock Center, they see even Ellen Zerkfell was everybody was excited. There was there was an atmosphere there, let me tell you. And people love him, and I just think that if business should rather force for we must revote. But this time was strange because then we lay all of this to bed. But we cannot come and say EFF should be, that's not democracy. If you want to keep EFF out for the mere fact that you don't like them, I don't like them. But I can't, and neither can the rand say, we'll go down, whatever. As long as there's minerals in this country, we're sitting at the three in the world. Russia, DRC, South Africa has got the majority of the minerals in South Africa. In the world, so South Africa forms part of the top three. Let me tell you something. As an investor, the rand.
I hear your story.